If you, O Lord, should mark iniquities, O Lord, who could stand? But with you there is forgiveness, that you may be feared. Psalm 130, verses 3 and 4. Praise God for the missing record of our sin. If God kept a record of every human's past sins, then no one would be able to stand before him when their turn came to give an account for their life. But Psalm 133 explains that the Lord does not keep a record of all the times each believer sins. He will not have everyone come before him so that he can scold them for every single sin they committed since they were born. Hebrews 10:17 says, I will remember their sins and their lawless deeds no more. God is not looking to discover the faults of man, but instead he is gracious. His memory is short when it comes to humanity's wrongdoing. God's grace is evident. He does not keep score in the midst of mankind's propensity towards waywardness. This forgiveness, grace, and mercy that God is so eager to give his followers comes through the sinless life, death, and resurrection of Jesus. He is the only way in which humans can receive God's forgiveness. Matthew 26:28, Ephesians 1:7, 1 John 1:9, 1 John 2:12. 1 John 4:10 explains that Jesus is the propitiation for all sins, which means he is the sacrifice that can repair every person's relationship with God, bringing about perfect reconciliation between God and sinners. God no longer has to keep a record of everyone's sins because he placed all sin on Jesus when he was on the cross, 2 Corinthians 5:21. With the sacrifice of Jesus, God provided a remedy for the guilt and shame of all humankind, offering them a clean slate. With the resurrection of Jesus, sin and death have been defeated, and God is now solely focused on bringing everyone to himself through the forgiveness, grace, and mercy that can be found through the belief in Jesus and what he did on the cross.